Most Apex players, they've got no idea that the skills that they learn to help them earn victories in their games can also help them earn victories in their bank accounts. Same goes for my boy Steve. This is Steve.
Hello?
And just like you, Steve plays Apex. But here's the problem. Steve's broke. The good news is, though, Steve's gonna learn some legendary financial advice.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it.
From playing Apex Legends.
Dairy.
In Apex, everybody knows there's 5 different classes of legends. You've got the Assaults, Controller, Recon, Skirmishers, and the Support legends. And if you've been playing for a minute, you would have quickly figured out that each class has their own strengths. So, for example, running at least one mobility player on your squad will help you get in and out of battle quickly. Or they can help you rotate around the map and just give you better overall positioning.
Oh, I get it. So you mean when I throw the pad down like this and I jump? Ouch.
Goodness, Steve, you need a freaking helmet, man. Think about your investment portfolio like your squad of financial assets. So just like having a mobile legend like Octane or Pathfinder, having assets that are liquid or mobile can help you capitalize on opportunities that come your way. So for example, you could have some of your investments in a liquid, non-qualified investment account. All that means is that it's an investment account that you can withdraw from at any time. Unlike a 401k or something where you're penalized for pulling it out too early. This account is invested and it's earning returns from the market, but it's super mobile, which is nice to have. I have some of my portfolio in one myself, and what I love about it is that at any time, if an opportunity comes my way, like maybe a friend has a decent rental property that he needs a partner on or something, then I can just pull out the money and then capitalize when good deals come my way. An Assault class legend is nice to have right now since Respawn keeps nerfing the ground loot. This class will keep your squad geared up and you can have an advantage when you're engaging. And that way you're not constantly getting smacked by kids with a better loadout. And similar to the Assault class in Apex, you could have some of your investments in a high-risk, high-reward class of asset. This could be like individual stocks or riskier ETFs, etc. You wouldn't want everything that you have in a risky class, right? But it's nice to have that potential for high returns on at least part of your portfolio. It's also popular right now to have a control legend in your squad to help lock down a choke or a building. But then people camp because they're bad, but probably not as bad as freaking Steve. And similar to Watson or any of the controllers in Apex that can help with defensive capabilities, you might want to take a look at investing in defensive blue chip stocks or even an indexed universal life policy, also known as an IUL. I personally have an IUL, and what's nice about those is they have defensive floors. So I actually can't lose money when the market goes down. But I also don't get to participate in all of the gains either. But I like having these around for when crap hits the fan. I know that at least part of my portfolio is always going to be safe.
Okay, but when does crap actually hit a fan? I'm just saying I've never seen it.
What are you talking about, Steve? Every time we watch you play around, crap hits the fan. So just like having a well-rounded Apex squad is going to help you get more game wins, a balanced portfolio will reduce risk and help you maximize opportunities for financial wins. Am I right, Steve?
Yeah, I guess I could stop randomly picking stocks on Robinhood, right?
Exactly. All right, my next point is really going to help Steve finally get out of his mom's basement.
Oh god, I'm gonna have diarrhea again.
In Apex, the better loot that you have, the better shot you're going to have in the final circle. So having a better position is only going to get you so far in the game. If you don't loot as you progress around the map, when you come across other players, you're going to get outgunned because you're stuck with a P2020.
Don't hate on the 2020, dog. It's meta.
And as you loot around the map, you also have to consider which loot is actually worth keeping and what's unnecessary. Unless you're one of those weirdos that drops all their loot as a trap and then waits for someone like Steve to come along and get wrecked. So back to real life, think of every dollar that you earn as your loot. In Apex, you'll want to prioritize items that give you an advantage, like bats, syringes, and nades, so you can outlast other players. And your finances, you'll definitely want to prioritize certain things in your budget, like investing, rent, and groceries. Wait, Steve, what? You don't even have a shotgun. Why are you picking up all the shotty ammo?
You know, just in case I get the best gun in the game. The Mozambique.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
In Apex, if you're not rolling with a shotgun, you probably don't need a bunch of shotty ammo. It's just taking up valuable space in your inventory, so you should probably just drop it. Just like in real life, there are expenses that you're going to have that you probably need to drop so you can have room for more important things. Easy wins are dropping subscriptions that you don't use anymore, eating out all the time, and avoiding that 3M craving for a spicy McChicken is a good starting point.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
So make sure you treat your income like your in-game loot and manage your resources wisely. Alright, our last point is really going to help Steve level up his finances. In Apex, you always have to know where the ring is. If you don't, you'll end up chasing the game, taking damage, and getting yourself killed. It's the same thing for your finances. If you stay stagnant and you're not aware of what's going on around you, you'll end up broke. Like Steve.
Come on, man. I get paid Friday.
In Apex, you can even get a jump on the next ring by scanning a survey beacon with a controller legend. I guess in the finance world, if you knew what the market was going to do, I'm pretty sure that'd be insider trading. Don't do that. Anyways, always being aware of what's going on with the economy and the market can score some big wins for your bank account. The year is 2020, and the stock market was absolutely tanking because of the pandemic. The S&P 500 got all the way down to 2,300 or so, which was down nearly 1,000 points in a single month. Now, this would have been the perfect time to invest everything you had, as the market went straight back up just a few months later. If you had invested on March 20th of 2020 and held that investment until August, you would have made over a 50% return, which is actually cracked. And if you held on to that same investment until December of the next year, you would have made over 100% or doubled your money. And this isn't some random single stock that you need a ton of luck and info on. This was the entire S&P 500 we're talking about, which is super accessible. But this can only happen if you stay aware of what's going on in the market. So just like in Apex, you have to always be zone aware, and the same goes for your finances. Steve, you don't need any more freaking shotgun ammo.
Fine, I'll drop the shoddy ammo.
Now that Steve has learned some legendary Apex tips, maybe he will finally get out of Potato 4, and maybe even get a win. Who knew that you could learn so much about finances by being so good at Apex that you can make kids uninstall? These finance tips aren't super complicated. Even Steve can apply them to his own finances and make a big impact. So, remember to diversify your portfolio by spreading out your investments and levels of risk so your finances can weather any storm. Manage your resources wisely by cutting expenses that you really don't need anymore to make room for the things that matter the most. And stay zone and market aware by keeping up with the economy and the latest market trends so you can take advantage of those trends and boost your bank account. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, be sure to check out my other video where I played Grand Theft Auto and I stole 5 finance tips to help you level up your financial XP in real life.